Lindsay Bell. When pigs fly, Lindsay Bell.
I have idolized Harrison Ford since I was 6 years old. So the second I heard about his Learn to be an Action Hero workshop, I signed up. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. The workshop was last weekend down in San Diego, and when the registration packet arrived, it said not to be late, that they were going to lock the doors at 9 o'clock. So I got up at the crack of dawn, hopped into my Volkswagen Beetle, and started south. Pop, 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 pop. When I reached Inglewood, my check engine light started glowing. So I pulled off the freeway into the first gas station. But while I was talking to the attendant, somebody stole my car with my purse on the front seat. With no identification, no financial means by which to hire transportation, I did the next best thing. I stole the motorcycle belonging to the scary-looking Hells Angel on the other side of the gas pump. And wouldn't you know, his friends didn't like that. And soon I had 100 angry, heavily tattooed men chasing me. Luckily, I'd seen enough television to know that in a chase, it is possible to make your vehicle jump ridiculous heights and cover unfathomable distances. So when I saw a AAA tow truck on the side of the road winching a broken-down Hyundai up onto its bed, I gunned my Harley up the ramp, and I made that hog fly. I landed next to a speeding train, and there was an open boxcar up ahead, so I caught up to it. I climbed onto the motorcycle seat, and I launched myself into the open car. Well, nobody was more surprised than the hobos inside. And when one of them pulled a knife, I took him and his friends down with my AK-47. Unfortunately, the massive gunfire ignited an unmanageable blaze. I was forced to climb onto the roof of the car to escape the flames, and just in the nick of time because a couple of Hell's Angels were running on the top of the train toward me. A fight ensued. My AK-47 crashed on the tracks below and was gone. I employed my third-degree black belt, and I threw thug number 1 to a messy death. But hark! A tunnel was coming. Thug number 2 started chasing me on the top of the train, and I jumped from car to car, and just as I reached the caboose, a police helicopter came by, providing the perfect trapeze. I rode under that helicopter until my sweaty hands forced me to let go, and then fell 40 feet into a rushing ice-cold river. The river carried me for miles until I spied a tiny plane in a field. I fought my way through the Class 4 rapids. I hauled myself onto the bank, and I hotwired the plane. Just as I reached San Diego County, some wise guy invited himself to do a little formation flying directly off my left wing. And when I looked over, I was absolutely astounded to see President Obama riding an Air Force One. I couldn't miss the uncanny coincidence of being this close to Air Force One when Harrison Ford starred in a truly great movie called Air Force One, where he played the president. Thinking I should give them some room, I veered right, but practically crashed into an F-18 off my other wing. The pilot was waving frantically, so I waved back. Then he cut in on my radio and instructed me to land at the Air Force Base up ahead, and I just knew I wouldn't be learning anything about becoming an action hero from Harrison Ford this weekend. Monday morning, when an air marshal escorted me back to Los Angeles to face the grand jury, we were entreated to first-class seats on U.S. Airways, right next to... You guessed it! Harrison Ford! So So I taught him a few things. Mr. Toastmaster.
Today, Lindsay Bell.